Brutal truth about getting rich young. No one tells you this. The dream everyone's chasing. They make it look easy. You scroll through Instagram and there they are, 20-somethings in Lamborghinis, sipping cocktails in Dubai, telling you they made it big with drop shipping, crypto, or a simple mindset shift. It's seductive, it's addictive, and it makes you wonder, why not me? You start to believe that the path to success is as simple as copying what they did. But here's the brutal truth. What they don't show you is the chaos behind the curtain. The mental toll, the burnout, the isolation. Because getting rich young isn't just a dream, it's a double-edged sword. And if you're not ready for it, it can break you faster than being broke ever could. The reality is far more complex than the highlights they show you. Let's dive into the real story. Not the filtered version, not the highlight reel, the truth. It's time to break down the myths and uncover what truly happens behind the glossy facade. The addiction to status. It doesn't start with money, it starts with validation. For most young millionaires, the real drug isn't cash, it's attention. The moment they taste fame, recognition, and envy from others, the chase changes. It's no longer about freedom, it's about feeding the ego. This is the part they rarely talk about. The validation becomes the real goal. And that addiction is deadly, because the more you feed it, the emptier you feel. Every achievement becomes hollow. Every milestone gets shadowed by someone richer, louder, faster. You start competing with illusions, and slowly you lose sight of why you started at all. You reach a point where you can't distinguish success from the need for validation anymore. This relentless pursuit of external approval can lead to a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. The constant need for validation becomes a trap, making it difficult to find genuine fulfillment. Eventually, the pursuit of status consumes your identity, and you're left questioning everything you've worked for. Money multiplies who you already are. Here's the truth no one tells you. Money doesn't change you, it exposes you. If you're insecure, it'll amplify that. If you're reckless, it'll fuel it. If you're chasing external worth, it'll inflate your ego until it bursts. The harsh reality is that wealth only highlights your flaws, making it even harder to hide behind success. That's why some young millionaires self-destruct. They've skipped the years of failure that build humility. They never had to learn patience, emotional control, or how to handle rejection. So when wealth hits them, it's like giving a loaded weapon to a child. Without the emotional maturity to handle success, they spiral into bad decisions. Without a solid foundation of self-awareness, sudden wealth can lead to impulsive decisions. The lack of life experience can make it challenging to navigate the complexities that come with financial success. So instead of growing with the wealth, they end up drowning in it, unable to make sense of their own emotions. The sacrifices they never post. There's a reason most young entrepreneurs don't show the full picture. They'll post the six-figure months, but not the 6 hours of sleep per week. They'll flash the Rolex, but not the panic attacks. They'll celebrate their freedom, while trapped in a digital cage of brand deals, client deadlines, and algorithm anxiety. Behind the posts are sleepless nights, constant stress, and fear of failure. Because building wealth early demands sacrifice. Relationships, social life, mental health. You trade comfort for chaos. You sacrifice time with friends for time in front of screens. And often you do it alone. The loneliness of success is a hidden cost that most won't admit. The pressure to maintain an image of success can lead to chronic stress and burnout. The constant hustle leaves little room for rest, leading to a decline in overall well-being. They might seem successful on the outside, but internally, they're often battling exhaustion and emotional fatigue. The lie of passive income. Make money while you sleep. It's the tagline of every online guru. And while passive income does exist, getting to that point is anything but passive. Most people don't see the years of hard work, failed ventures, and mistakes that go into creating a business that can generate passive income. The path is brutal. Sleepless nights, learning curves, failed launches, content creation burnout, it's all part of the process. What they don't tell you is that most passive businesses require active maintenance, constant innovation, and psychological resilience. You'll spend years building a system that eventually runs itself, but those years are grueling. The illusion of effortless income can be misleading. In reality, sustaining passive income streams often demands continuous effort and adaptability to changing market conditions. It's an ongoing process of reinvention that doesn't allow for complacency. When you win too early, there's a strange thing that happens when you hit the jackpot early. You lose your sense of hunger. When you've already made it, where do you go? What drives you? Success can be like a destination. Once you reach it, there's no clear path forward. This is when many young millionaires hit a wall. For many, the answer is nowhere. They plateau mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They stop growing because they never had to grind through failure. Their success becomes a cage instead of a launch pad. The hunger that fueled them in the beginning slowly fades into complacency. Early success can create a false sense of security, making it challenging to stay motivated. The fear of regression can overshadow the joy of achievement. Instead of pushing forward, they become paralyzed by the weight of their own accomplishments. Social media isn't reality. Here's the ultimate deception. Social media isn't business, it's theater. Most of what you see is curated, filtered, and exaggerated. The success stories are cherry-picked. The failures are hidden. And while these influencers may portray a life of luxury, they rarely show the mess behind the scenes. And the pressure to perform never stops. Once you've shown the world your highlight reel, there's no going back. Now you're not just building a business, you're maintaining a persona. The facade becomes more important than the reality, and every day becomes a balancing act of keeping up appearances. The constant need to project success can lead to a disconnect between one's public image and personal reality, causing internal conflict and stress. You start questioning who you really are beneath the brand and whether it's all worth the mental toll. The rich don't just think differently, they act differently. Here's what the truly wealthy do that others don't: they think in decades. While everyone else is chasing viral hacks, they're building long-term empires. While others chase cash flow, they chase equity. They invest in assets that compound, not just profits that flash. It's about creating wealth that lasts, not just fast money. Young millionaires who survive understand this. They don't just look rich. They build structures that make wealth inevitable. Real estate, brands, ownership, scalable systems. These are the true foundations of long-term wealth. Building sustainable wealth requires strategic planning and patience. It's about creating value that endures beyond fleeting trends. Wealth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon that requires constant refinement and careful decisions. Mental fortitude is everything. At the core of it all is one thing: mindset, but not the cheesy Instagram quote kind. We're talking about discipline, emotional control, self-awareness, and grit. Without this mental fortitude, all the wealth in the world won't make a difference. Because the real battle isn't financial, it's psychological. When success comes young, the temptation to coast is high, the fear of failure is paralyzing, and the mental strain of being a public success at 22 is something no one prepares you for. It's the weight of expectations crushing down on you from all angles. Developing mental resilience is crucial to navigate the pressures and responsibilities that accompany wealth. Without it, maintaining success becomes an uphill battle. The fear of losing everything can often feel like a constant shadow, making it even harder to move forward. So should you still chase it? Absolutely, but know what you're really chasing. If you want fast money without the growth, you'll burn out. If you want freedom, impact, and fulfillment, be ready to bleed for it. The process is long, hard, and filled with sacrifices. Getting rich young is possible, but it's not easy, not clean, and not what they make it look like. The truth is, it's a path filled with stress, pressure, and often isolation. Understanding the true cost of early wealth can help set realistic expectations and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Are you willing to pay the price for success? Or is it better to take the slow, steady road to a balanced life? If you're chasing success, make sure you're building yourself before your bank account. Because the money will come, but will you be ready when it does? Thanks for watching. If this eye-opening truth about getting rich young resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe for more real insights. See you in the next video.